Ala Rasulillah. We're back with our brother Abdullah. Assalamu alaikum, Abdullah. How are you?
Alaikum salam. Doing good. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. We're going to do some quick review here of the homework lesson, or the 10th lesson, and then go over lesson 11, which is a little more difficult just because it's conjugating the verbs and talking about subject pronouns. And then lesson 12 is again just vocabulary words, but we won't do that right now. We'll just do a lesson. We'll just review these lesson 10 and go over lesson 11 due to its slight complication. Unless you feel good, then we can go over some vocabulary words too. It's up to you.
Sounds good.
Okay, so our first letter last time was qaf. Let's read line 2 from qaf.
Kanabilu. Kanabilu.
Kanabilu. Yes.
Kara'a. Karaha.
Qara'a. Qara'a. Exactly.
Kara'ata. Kara'at.
Qara'at. Exactly. Excellent.
Yakra'a.
Yaqra'u. Exactly.
Takra. Takrati. Or I don't know what that is.
That's what that is.
Oh, it's a Hamza. Okay.
Jaddatun. Jadda. When I put this ta marbut at the end, a lot of times, not always, a lot of times it makes the word feminine. So Jed is grandfather. Jadda is grandmother. Jaddati, my grandmother. Just to
Jaddati.
let you know. Next word.
Jalasna.
Jalesna. We sat.
Jalasna. Yeah, Jalasna. Jalastum.
Jalestum. You guys sat to a group of males or mixed males and females.
Jarrat. Jarrat.
Jarrat. It or she, depending on what you're talking about, is running or flowing. Right? Could be a river, could be a woman running, could be a river flowing or running. The next is ha. Next is ha. Let's read line number 8. We'll just do the short ones today.
Yahmilun.
There's no tanween. It's just the dhamma.
Yahmilu.
Yahmilu. Yahmilu means he is carrying. He carries, he is carrying. He is bearing, like maybe bearing a burden, carrying something, bearing a burden like this.
Hadata.
Hadda. Make sure you put a shadda on the dal. Hadda. And that's 3 dots.
Hadatha.
Haddatha. Haddatha means to tell, to speak, to talk. Haddatha. He spoke, right? He told, he talked.
Hawadithu.
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 You said it right. Hawadithu. Hawadith is just making sure here, in case that might have a different meaning. Hawadith is events. This is a plural of haditha, right? Haditha, meaning something that took place. Could be an accident, right? Could be an event, right? An event, an accident. So this is the plural of that. Hawadith. Things that took place, right? You could say it was an accident because you didn't plan on it. It's just something that happened, you know? طيب. Line number 10 from the kha.
Hazimi.
No, if it was a
Hadi.
meme, it would
Oh,
connect on the right.
Hadi.
هذه, exactly. Jazakallah khairan. هذه means this feminine for something singular. We had هذا, right? Was this masculine? This is هذه is this feminine.
Akhbara.
أخبر, to inform of something, right? To tell news about. We've had similar words. There's different words. أخبر, he informed, he told.
Himarun.
It's a long aleph there.
Himarun.
Himarun, himarun, donkey. They might translate it as
Yeah.
this later on, right? But it's donkey for us.
Himarin.
Himaran, himaran. And it's the same word, it's just in a different position in the sentence. That's all. Here it's the subject, and here it's the object. No problem.
Kharajna.
Kharajna, we left out, we exited, we left.
Akhraja.
Akhraja. Yes, this is from the same root, but a different form of the verb, meaning to take out, to extract, to produce. Akhraja. Allah akhraja min al-ardi nabata. Allah took out from the earth plants. Right? He produced plants from the earth. Right? When you think about it, you got the ground, you got a seed in the ground, cracks the ground and comes up and grows. It comes out of the ground. It exits out of the ground. It's from that same root. So it's produced, but it's extracted or brought out of the ground. Sound good?
Yep, sounds good.
You're doing an excellent job, man. You can tell you're doing your homework, whatever it might be. Okay, now go ahead.
Anna, Anta, Auntie, Hua, he,
Here.
yeah, Kha,
No.
Khana.
No.
Oh, the Na.
Yeah.
Nahana.
Nahnu.
Oh, Nahanu.
Nah, just stop. Nahnu.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Nahnu.
Yeah.
Nahnu. Antum.
Antum.
Antuna.
Antuna.
Hum.
Home. Excellent. That was a hard one because of how they wrote it.
Huna.
Hunna. Okay, we know these are basically first person,
yeah,
second person, third person. This is singular and plural, right? Anna, So this is a subject pronoun. So example, I could say, Ana Mustafa. I am Mustafa. Anta Abdullah. You are Abdullah. I could say, Ana Mudarris. I'm a teacher. Anta Tilmid. You are a student. So these are pronouns. I can say Abdullah Tilmid. Abdullah is a student. But I can also talk to you directly and say, Anta Tilmid. Or I could tell my wife, Huwa Tilmid. He is a student. And I could tell you about my wife, Hiya Mudarrisa. She is a teacher, right? I could talk about my son and say, me, you, and my son. I could say, Nahnu Talamid. We are students, right? We just have to make Talamid plural there, but no problem. So we can do all of that. We use these as subject pronouns. I want to say he, she, you. We might start out Muhammad Rasulullah. Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. But now we're talking about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But every time we want to talk about him, we're not going to mention his name. We're going to say he, until maybe later on we mention his name again, right?
Yeah.
Likewise, I'm going to say my father is a landscaper. He is such and such old. He lives such and such place. He used to do this. My father is married, and then I say he again. The same thing in Arabic. So we have to have a I, you, he, she, we, they, all of that. And these are these pronouns. So this chart is important for you to memorize, just like it was important for you to memorize the E and the Ka and the Ki, right? And the who and the ha. These were all what we call objective pronouns, right? Or possessive. Possessive, not objective, possessive. But they're objective as well. We'll get there. But like, for example, my book, Kitabi. But I wouldn't use ana, right? I wouldn't use ana. I'd say Kitabi. All right, Kitabuka, Kitabuki, Kitabuhu, Kitabuha. We got this down?
Yeah.
The concept of it.
I understand it, but I don't have like the first part memorized. But
yeah, no problem.
no.
That's going to take some time. That's going to take a couple days. It's going to take practice. For you to look at things or look at people and say, "And I'm Muslim," right? I'm a Muslim. وأنا مدرس وأنا تلميذ وأنا زوج وأنا whatever, right? You could say, أنا أكبر منك. I am bigger than you, right? أنا أسمن منك. I am fatter than you, right? هو أكبر minhu. You could do all of that, which we're going to get examples of that coming up, inshallah ta'ala. The next part of this is to learn pronouns are two types in Arabic. Two types. Those which are attached and those which are, I guess you want to say, detached, or if you can come up with another word, I don't know. Those which are attached, those which are detached. Detached are these. Ana, anta, anti, huwa, hiya. Nahnu, antum, antunna, hum, hunna. Right? Hum, you already kind of know that. Hunna, you already know that as well. Right? The other ones are a little bit more difficult because you say kitabu hum, kitabu hunna. Right? But these down below are attached, but they are still subject pronouns. They're still subject pronouns, but they're attached to a verb. Here, I would use this in a nominal sentence. In Arabic, there are sentences which are nominal meaning they start with a noun. And there are sentences which are verbal, which mean they start with a verb. Okay? In English, I can't think that we have verbal sentences. I cannot think that we have verbal sentences. I think every sentence we have starts with a noun. I can't think of a verbal sentence in English. We're always going to start with a noun. We are always going to start with a noun. This class started with it's always going to be started with a noun. But in Arabic, you can start with a verb. And I'll give you an example. And they mean two different things, as we'll give an example in a second. So let's look at katabtu. I'll write down the other ones up above next to them. This ana. It's equal to ana. This tu at the end of a verb. So we have kataba, which we said means to what?
I don't remember.
We might not have said it. To write.
Okay.
Kataba means to write. He wrote. He wrote. Right? Kataba means he wrote. And whenever we're speaking about a verb, we always talk about it. And it's basically, when we're talking about it in general, we always speak about it in the third person because that's where it's built off of. If we look at our chart, everything starts from here. Kataba. Right? From there, we add something to it on every one of them. So it's kind of like our basis. He did something. But when we talk about it in English, we usually say to write, right? The verb kataba means to write. Technically, it means he wrote. But when we're talking about the verb, there's so many conjugations of it that we talk about it as to write. And how do we say write? To write something, we say kataba yaktubu. How do we say he sat? We had the word just a minute ago. Jalasa yajlisu, to sit, right? It'll become clear with practice. If you don't get it right now, that doesn't mean anything. If you already had it right now, you wouldn't need to be sitting here with me.
Yeah, I
or
don't
anybody else. You know,
the time.
Yeah. So kataba, here is our foundation. Kataba. He wrote. Here it says he has written or he wrote. Kataba. When we want to say I wrote, we want to say I wrote.
Katabu.
Katab tu. What we're going to do is on all of these other ones, we're going to put a sukoon on this ba. And then we're going to add a suffix. We're going to add a suffix. We're going to put a sukoon on this ba and add a suffix. So kataba is he wrote. We're not doing anything to that. That's it. But when I want to say katab, when I want to say I wrote, I'm going to say kataba. I'm going to put a sukoon there, and I'm going to put a tu on the end of it. Katab tu. Katab tu. This tu means I did it. Katab tu. I wrote. If I say katab ta, you wrote to a male, to a single male. Katab ti, right? Let me put the sukoon on there as well, because that's basically what we're changing. Katab ti, you wrote to a single female. What are we adding? We're adding the ti, right? Kataba, he wrote. Katabat, we're adding this ta with a sukoon. She wrote.
So
she wrote. Now
for like the third one, katabti, what is that? Not like I have written because there's no yao
no,
or ya.
because there's no yao. No, The ye at the end for me is at the end of a noun. Kitabi, my book. You understand? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull up a piece of paper here. If I can pull up my blank PDF. This is why I told you today might get a little bit more difficult. Okay. What we learned first was we learned Kitabi, my book. Kitabuka, Kitabuka, your book. Kitabuki, Kitabuki, your book to a female. Kitabuhu,
His book.
his book. Kitabuha, her book. And we learned Kitabuna. Help me out. What's the next one?
Kidabukum.
Kitabukum, you guys' book to a group of
Males.
males. Kitabukum,
Kitabukuna.
Kitabuna.
Group of females.
1 second. I got a little sloppy there. I'm getting sloppier as I go, you see. Key. This doesn't belong there. Kitabukuna. Kitabu. What's next?
Kitabuhum.
Kitabuhum.
Their book.
And Kitabu.
Kitabukuna.
Kitabuhunna. Exactly. Now, all of these, let me give me a pen color here. All of these suffixes are on the end of a noun. They're on the end of a noun.
Yeah.
So this E is on a noun. This K is on a noun. Ki
Right.
is on a noun. So these are the objective pronouns. Whose book is it? Your book. Or no, not objective. I said that again. But they'll be the same later on. But right now, they're called possessive. Possessive pronouns.
Yeah, so since it's a verb written, it would be these other.
Okay. Right. Now, this is a noun. When we do it to a verb, we're going to have kataba. I'm just going to start down here on he. Kataba. Kataba. When I want to say I did it, I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna change my ink again. It's a lot easier when you on a real whiteboard in person and you got two markers in your hand, you know?
Yeah.
They need to make it where you can, they probably make a good pen where you can put two color inks on the same pen by pushing a button, but I don't have that kind of pen. So okay. Kitab, kata. I should have put my vowels on there too. Katab, two. That's I did it. Now, kataba is a verb. So at the end, if I want to say I did it, katab two. Katab ta. Katab t. Katabat. I want to have just like kataba, but I'm going to put not katabata, katabat with a sukoon. Katabat, right? Meaning she did it, right? Then I could say for we did it, katabna. Now, it's the same as kitabuna, and I'll write it down. Katabna, katabtum, katabtunna, katabu, and katabna. Right? So katabtu, katabta, katabti, these things which I have in green for the most part, except where I put the vowels over here, because I didn't do that when I put my marker the first time. Going back and forth is just difficult. Not so difficult, but difficult enough. This will be the same everywhere. The only thing that will have changed will be what's in green. Right?
So
Go ahead.
the only difference between we and they, feminine, is just the aleph.
Yes. Yes, that's what the difference is. Katabna and katabna. Katabna and katabna.
Okay.
The aleph is what's different. The aleph is longer there, though. Katabna versus katabna.
Okay.
Okay. Now, one of the homeworks, we'll come back here in a second. One of the homeworks is to take these 4 verbs. Taraka, kasara, akala, and qasama. And the meanings are here. Taraka means I left or I abandoned. Kasara means I broke. Akala means he, not I. Taraka means he left or he abandoned. Kasara means he broke. Akala means he ate. And qasama means he divided. So let's look at taraka over here. So we have taraka. What happened? Taraka. That's our foundation. So we'll start there. Taraka. Now, if I come up here,
Taraktu.
taraktu. Excellent, man. Taraktu. Next. How do I say you did it? Huh?
Tarakta.
Tarakta. Excellent. Tarakta, tarakti.
And then it's Taraka.
Tarak.
Oh, down there, skipping that one. Tarakt.
Tarakat.
Tarakat.
Tarakat. And how would I say we left?
Tarakna.
Tarakna. Exactly, man.
Tarakum.
Tarak. Look at it. Maybe it's a little sloppy.
Taraktum.
Taraktum. Exactly.
Taraktuna.
Taraktunna.
Tarakum.
Taraku.
Tarakum.
Taraku, just cool.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
taraku, taraku.
Taraku.
Up above would be ketabu. Right?
Yeah.
Or instead of writing the two long and two O's, you could do this like what's in the book. Right?
Tarakna.
And then how would they say tarakna? Exactly. Okay. Now, let me get my eraser here. Come on. Erase. It's slow for a second. Give it a second.
No problem.
Okay, now I'm gonna give you another verb. They didn't give you on that sheet. It's one of the most well. We had it above. We had kharaja, and we had dakhala. Dakhala means to enter. Kharaja means to exit, to leave. So if I put here kharaja, let me see. I gotta write it first though. Kharaja. How would I write? I left.
Harajtu.
Kharajtu. Exactly. Kharajtu.
Haraj.
Kharajtu. Kharajta.
Harajti.
Kharajti.
Harajtat.
Let me tell you something. I'm dealing with some brothers. Kharajat. I don't know if that's what you said. Kharajat.
Yeah, Harajat.
I've been dealing with some brothers here with Arabic. They've been living in Kuwait for many years. They haven't been serious about Arabic, but they still know a little bit. They can talk a little bit. They can, make a few points even with bad Arabic, weak Arabic. And some of them struggle making this chart right now that you're making with ease. MashaAllah. How would I say we left out?
Harajna.
Kharajna. We
Haraj.
left out. Kharajtum.
Harajtuna.
To a group of females, kharajtunna.
And this one is just Harajtu.
Kharaju.
Haraju.
This one's going to give you a little bit of prop here, huh? Kharaju.
Yeah.
And then they left out feminine?
Harajuna.
No.
Or Haratuna. Haratna.
Kharajna.
Harajna.
Kharajna. Now, I'm going to try to do this real quick here without changing it. Hopefully, we're not going to have enough space. I just have to erase again. Give me a second. Hopefully, it'll all erase. Almost. Let's see. Hopefully, I didn't erase too much over here. There we go. It's good enough. Okay. Dakhala. Dakhala means to enter.
Dakala.
I entered.
Dakalatu.
Dakhaltu, huh? Dakhal. Remember, we're going to put a sukoon on the third letter there. Dakhaltu.
Dakhaltu.
I entered. You entered to a male.
Dakhalta.
Dakhalta. Exact. Not like that though. That's a little sloppy. But yeah, you said it right. I just wrote it wrong. Dakhalta.
دخلتي
To a female,
دخلتي
dakhalti. Dakhalti. To a she entered.
دخلتت دخلتت
What?
دخلت
Dakha. Look what we did here. So I say dakha.
دخلت دخلت
Dakhalat.
دخلت
Yeah, all I'm going to do from kataba or from dakhala is just add a ta with a sukoon on it. Dakhala, dakhalat.
دخلت دخلنا
Dakhalna, exactly.
دخلتم
Dakhaltum,
دخلتونا
dakhaltunna,
دخله
dakhalu,
دخلنا
dakhalna. Exactly. We're going to do one more from the homework. And I might give you a couple more verbs just because I took up two of them when we did taraka. I'm going to do one more from the homework just because I think it might be a little bit difficult. But I don't think it's going to be difficult for you to know because you've been proven to be a very quick learner.
تلميذ
No. Okay. We had akala. I just think it might be hard because the hamza sometimes confuse people, but no problem. Akala. He ate. How would I say I ate?
wait أكل okay. أكل
Akala.
أكلت
What do we do on the what do we do on the lamb?
أكلت أكلت
Akaltu. Exactly. Jazakallah khairan.
أكلت
Next. Akalta.
أكلتي
Akalti.
أكلتت
Try it again.
أكل أكلت أكلت
Akalat. Exactly. Exactly. Akalat.
أكلنا
Akalna. We ate.
أكلتم
Akaltum. You guys ate.
أكلتونا
Akaltunna. You guys ate to a group of women.
أكلوا
Let's see. Akaltunna. Akalu. Excellent. Ahsant.
أكلنا
Akalna. This is not an aleph, that's just there. Excellent, man. Excellent. So you already got that chart down for the most part. You got to memorize it, but when you see it, you're able to plug and play. That's like you just got to plug and play the suffixes. So we did dakhala, which is he entered, enter to enter. We did kharaja, which is to exit or to leave. We did akala. Okay. We can do jalasa. Jalasa, which is to sit. And you know, when I say to sit, I mean he sat, right?
Right.
Jalasa. Um, I'm gonna give you a trick one to see if you're able to do it, but we'll try to do that before we leave. We'll do that one before we leave. Let me see. Jalasa. Let me see. Okay. No, that one might be difficult too. Let me see. Um we did akala dakhala. Let me see. Let me look at an app here real quick. Let me look at a verb app here. Form one sound. Let me see. What do we have? Okay. Darasa. That's a good one. Darasa. To study. And dhakara, which is to remember. I'm not going to be able to write it right there. To remember. Dhakara, to remember. We already did this one. So I just added really one extra, you know?
Yeah. I'll probably redo them anyways for the practice.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. And the 12th lesson is just some vocabulary words, but we can worry about those later. Part of them looks like they give us 20 vocabulary words here, but a bunch of them are already like ketaba, to write, akala, to eat, right? Here's another one if you want to mess with it. Well, we can do that later though. Rasama is to draw or to sketch. Kharaja is to exit. And we already talked about hadha and hadihi, right? And then the others are just the pronouns. So even though lesson 12 has 20 words, it's really only 10 because we covered the 10 in lesson 11, basically. But we'll leave lesson 12 for another time. For as soon as I think you need to worry about not only getting this suffix, but you also need to worry about getting these when they're by themselves. So you can say ana tilmid or ana mudarris, ana muhandis. I'm an engineer, right? You can start to say anta, habibati. You can tell your wife anti habibati. You're my beloved, right? And so on. So you could tell your daughter anti habibati, right? You could tell your son anta habibi. You could tell your mother anti habibati. Stuff like that. You start to learn how to do this, but you got to learn both of these charts, right? These are subject pronouns when they're detached in a nominal sentence. I am this, I am that, like that. When I want to talk about a verb, I'm doing something, then this is an attached pronoun. Tu, ta, ti, et, right? Na, tum, tunna, bu, and na, like this. These are the attached pronouns, but in the subject form. I wrote, you wrote, she wrote, he wrote, so on.
Sounds
Got it?
good. Yep.
Cool. I think you got it. So these are your homeworks to memorize the chart, number one, and then do this kasara, qasama, dhakara, darasa, and jalasa. All
Sounds
right.
good. Yep.
Jazakallah khair. You got any questions for me?
No, I'm good to go.
Barakallahu feek. We're almost there, man. We're getting there.
Yeah. Almost there is the beginning of the book.
Yeah. But basically
Yeah.
we need to get to lesson 21. So lesson 12 is more vocabulary.
Yeah.
Then lesson 13 is a few more letters that we still need to get. Right? A few letters that we need to get. Then lesson 14 is probably vocabulary. No, yeah. Basically, it's vocabulary. But showing here, lesson 14 is telling us how to make something possessive, but on a feminine word. Right? Like I said, jeddah, jeddati, or jeddah, jeddatun, and then jeddati became my grandmother. Lesson 14 is about that. That's going to be a piece of cake for you. That's going to be a piece of cake. Right?
Yeah.
Then lesson 15, trying to get to it. Lesson 15 is about conjugating verbs. And this was what I was going to play, see if you were if you would be able to catch it. We'll still try to do it too. We'll still try to do it. So this is just more conjugating, giving us more verbs. Lesson 15. Lesson 16 is a few more letters. Lesson 17 is how to add the objective pronouns, which are the same as possessive, but in context they're going to be different, and we'll see why. But the pronoun, the suffix is the same. And then 18 is more vocabulary. 19 is how to make a present tense verb, because what we're doing right now with kataba or katabtu, katabta, katabti, kataba, katabat, katabna, katabtum, katabtunna, katabu, katabna, that's past tense. We're going to learn how to make the present tense. That's going to be just like today, but easier probably, right? Because you already have it.
The I to oo.
Huh?
So it looks like it's just switching the I, like kitabu to kitubu. So just the
Well, it basically it gives you a, instead of giving you a suffix, it gives you a prefix normally. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It's still a few lessons away. Don't worry about it right now. You want to look at it and play with it later on your own, as long as you got these charts, no problem. But then lesson 20 is more vocabulary. And then lesson 21 are the last alphabets that we need. 22 is vocabulary, and it teaches us the alphabet in order, because we have not learned it in order. Basically, we've learned M, R, S, L, A, E, G, F, Z, Y. We've learned it in a different order so that we could get words. You understand? So that we could get words. Probably also in order to bring the words which are closest to us in the English first, and then, get further away from words that we don't, or letters, not words, but letters that we don't have in English, and allow those best. By the time lesson 22, which is basically vocabulary and learning the Arabic alphabet in its order. And then from 23 on out, it's a little bit of grammar and vocabulary. That's it. Grammar and vocabulary, grammar and vocabulary, how to start putting together sentences. But we're going to already be doing that on our own. But if we get to lesson 21, we'll have all the letters, and me and you can continue if you want, which I prefer. I hope you will. But we'll get you in the brothers class for the tajweed so that you can begin reading the Quran properly.
sounds good.
Sound good?
Yep.
So we're not far away. We only got 2 or 3 more lessons with actual letters. I think 2 lessons that actually have letters, and the rest of them are
Vocabulary.
putting us together with vocabulary and getting us where we can start to understand. Because it doesn't make sense that you learn how to read Quran and that you know how to sound out words, but you don't know what they mean. Alhamdulillah is better than nothing. But if we can get you to the point where you are understanding, then that's the goal.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. And I'll make it easy. It's a longer lesson today because we talked a little more at the end, but inshallah, it's a beneficial lesson.
I appreciate it.
You let me know when you got these two charts down, man, and you're ready.
Sounds good. We'll do.
All right. I said I was going to not trick you, but see if you were able to. I'm just going to try it with one word. I'm going to try it with one word and one conjugation. Let's see here. And give me a blank page. Okay. So I have dakhala. So far, every word we had: kataba, jalasa, akala, taraka. Whatever word we did, they all had fata, fata, fata. Right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a word. Let me write this down. Dakhaltu. Dakhalta.
Dakhalti.
Dakhalti.
Dakhaltat.
Dakhalat. Okay, I'm not even going to go towards the other part. We have a word called shariba. Shariba means to drink. Shariba means to drink. The only thing different here from any of the words we had is we got a kasra on the ra. You understand?
Yeah.
Shariba. It doesn't say sharaba, it says shariba. That doesn't change anything for us, though. We're going to plug and play. So we're going to say
Sharitu.
sharibtu.
Sharibtu. Sharibta. Sharibti. Sharibta.
Sharibti. Sharibat.
Sharibat.
Exactly. That's like 14, I think, if I remember the number right in our thing. They just want to show you that it might not be it might be or you understand? There might be a slight change in the vowels, but the rule is the same. The rule is exactly the same. But like I said, I was going to try to test you and see if you're able to do it, and obviously you are.
Sounds good.
So that's like lesson 14. When we get there, you'll just have those for practice. You already know how to do it, and it'll be a done lesson, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Jazakallah for your time, Abdullah.
Appreciate you.
Inshallah, you need anything, let me know, and let me know when you're ready for the next lesson.
Will do. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.